So the next thing is turning this floor into a wall. I just need to lift it up. But it's lifting up the wrong direction for me to be able to use my tractor. I have to pull it toward it, and I don't have room because of this fence in the neighbor's yard, or neighbor's property. So this might be one of the dumbest things I've ever done, but I'm going to try using the come along. I cut a little notch in the top of the T111, which I can replace, and then I've got the top stuck up into the door frame. I'm going to see if I can just sort of slowly scooch it. I don't know. This might be stupid, but we'll find out. And then I repositioned the come along to the top. So hopefully I can just sort of pull it toward me without going too far. As I was pulling up, it was pushing out. So I attached 2 ratchet straps to keep it from pushing out. And I've got these 2 boards attached, and they'll drag along until it gets upright. Yeesh. The pressure is starting to loosen enough from the weight of it that I could probably just push it the rest of the way up myself. But I don't want to go too far. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put the adhesive all up in this attachment point because I want all the stuff glued together. I'm going to do that. I'll probably grab my wife and have her grab my wife. No, that sounded terrible. I'm going to ask Molly if she would come outside, and never mind. Okay, well that worked. Glad to have a monstrously strong wife. So that is now all 4 walls up. I went ahead and just pounded out the 2 end walls. Not that exciting. I put a piece of flashing here. Looks a little derpy at the moment, especially with my big muddy footprint. But once this gets painted out, it shouldn't be as bad. I needed to put this here because of that gap. So there is an air gap underneath so that this is not actually in contact with anything moist when it rains. But I didn't want rain and snow and everything else just sitting in this area. I wanted it to just shed off. So that's what that's for. Next thing is the roof rafters. I have all those laid out, which I'm going to put up top. I've got the first one marked out. I'm going to cut it and make sure it fits. If it does, I'll put all the roof rafters on, and then the plywood, and then tar paper, hopefully in the next hour and a half, because it's supposed to start raining. And I had to take the plastic off of the floor because it was too slippery. I just about bit it a couple times. It's not worth it. So I just ripped it off. If it starts raining before I'm ready, I guess it'll just get wet. I just don't want it to. I don't want the insulation to get wet. The forecast was calling for rain, so I was kind of in a hurry to get this done and get the roof on and dry it in before it started pouring, and man, am I glad I did. I was out until 8:30 with a flashlight getting the roof on. Way too dark to film, but the roof is in place, all the walls are up, it's completely dried in, and I just have a raindrop to the eyeball, great. Have a sheet of plastic over the roof just to keep it from getting inside. I want to put the door on and try to get the last triangles on the outsides finished up. I got the roof on the day before yesterday, and then yesterday it was actually clear enough for me to work, so I got 6 houses, got the gutters cleaned on 6 houses. Very long day. But again, today it's raining again, so I can't clean gutters if it's raining. So I'm just back out here. Got my derpy helper with me today. It's amazing how much room there is in here. This is 8 by 16 minus the thickness of the walls, but it's gonna end up being a fairly nice sized room. I'm gonna put the ceiling in at like 7'5" or so, 7'5", with 2x4s, and then put R38 in the ceiling. I really wanted it to be well insulated. It's gonna be a flat ceiling on the inside, and then R19 in the walls. I've already got R19 in the floor. Once everything is all buttoned up, I should be able to heat this with just a little oil heater. Maybe down the road end up putting in a split unit on the side that I can plug in if I can find one cheap and small enough. Technology on those is actually getting pretty good, so I want to look into that for sure. I got the other side completely buttoned up just as it started peeing rain on me again, which is good timing, thank the Lord. That is going to be just fine, just like that, until I can get the shingles on, whenever that is. I do want to get the drip edge on all the way around to hold down that plastic, but it'll hold it. I, of course, still have to do the soffit, but that can wait. I've put in the frame for the door. And the reason, usually when you install these things, you put them both in at the same time with the door also, that way it stays exactly square. But this frame and this door didn't come together. So the frame is a right hand door, the door itself is a left hand. So I get to swap the hinges and knobs around. So I need to cut out hinge notches on this side, just like that was on that side. Just like that. Okay, bye.